not 1, not 2, not 3, but now 4 objects have been thrown on the court.
Not 3, not 4.
At WNBA games.
Not suitable for work items.
I don't want to. I'm sure that we could probably say it, but I just don't want to keep on saying it and saying it and saying it.
Sure.
We know what we're talking about. Last night there was a purple one thrown out onto the floor. But I felt last night it jumped the shark. I felt that last night's action in the WNBA game where now it's enough is enough. I don't know if those things, again, happen in 3 like deaths, but the 4th seemed like a little too much, Monse, last night in the WNBA.
You could even argue maybe the 3rd one was a little bit too much. I agree. It's not funny anymore. And I thought it was funny the first time. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was funny. Seeing that green color thing go flying, it was funny. I'm not going to lie. But now it's like, okay, can we move on from it? Because if you're just going to keep doing this, then the WNBA, the product that they're trying to push at a time when your stars are hurt, this is the last thing the WNBA needs. That this is the topic of conversation. Oh, let's look up if something went flying last night.
Yes.
We're not looking up Angel Reese's stats because she's not playing. You're not looking up Caitlin Clark's stats because she's not playing. And Paige Beckers is playing, but she's on a team that's not very good. And so it's just like, this is what people are looking up, and that's bad. And it's not funny. It's just, it's getting to the point where it is becoming disrespectful.
Yes, I agree with that.
It's becoming disrespectful. And even Sophie Cunningham, her tweet after the first or the second one, she's like, you're going to hit one of us, and one almost hit her. That was funny. Like, even some of these players are trying to make light of it, but at some point, it's straight up just disrespectful. And whoever does it next, I hope you spend a week in jail.
A week in jail.
A week in jail. So nobody else does it. Because if you just tell them that, okay, you're going to be in detention for a couple of hours, somebody else is going to do it.
Yes.
So a week in jail.
There's got to be an example being made.
Yes. Or else it's going to keep happening, or other items are going to be thrown.
I think there's going to be there would be a turn with the fans of who would do it. So I think it would be easy to capture whoever.
Yeah.
At first, like, it's funny. Like, when we saw it in the Buffalo Bills game, like, you're just like, all right, that's Bills Mafia. It is what it is.
And it is different when it's a men
completely
playing.
Agree.
It's different.
100%. And that's why it's actually funnier in the NFL.
It is funnier in the NFL.
Actually,
I agree.
I do, especially when people are kicking it because nobody wants to grab or do anything with it. But I got to the point last night.
Don't touch!
And I don't know if it was because it was a different color or what the reason was, but it just crossed the line. I know Cheryl Reeve of the Minnesota Lynx went off on the conversation, and I think what she said was correct. To your point, it's been very disrespectful. I started thinking of, because I'm a parent, and if you're taking kids to games, and this is now happening, they're going to start to ask questions. And I don't know the question that I would have. And I hope it doesn't sound like get off my lawn guy, but I know that the WNBA does cater to children and young girls and bringing them in, and youth teams, and you would have games in the afternoon because it's easier for those fans to attend. At first it was funny, haha, you see it. And now I'm digging in deeper and saying, like, I just don't know, like, how I would explain that. And if I was a parent, my kid loved basketball, I would hate to have to be the conversation on the way home, especially if the crowd and everybody was making something about it.
You're 100% right that the WNBA does bring a very friendly crowd. They purposely have those early games. I don't know what you say to kids that are there and asking, what is that? Again, first time, funny. But now it doesn't seem like it's going away, especially because they came out and took responsibility for it, that they were trying to promote a crypto coin of some sort. And I'm going to say what happened last night was a copycat, not the people who took responsibility for it. So it's just going to keep happening unless something bad happens to the next person who does it. And it doesn't even have to be law enforcement. Just imagine, Angel Reese gets hit in the head with one. people are going to lose their minds.
Sure.
In the arena. They're going to it's going to be people taking the person down. It's not even going to be law enforcement taking the person down.
I think that Sophie Cunningham has been great throughout this because she made the tweet and then she gets hit by number 3. And then she goes on her own podcast and explains that she's having conversations with her mom, about this. And she's like, I never in my wildest dreams thought, like, up to that point, it's funny. Last night, it just stopped being funny anymore.
It did.
And I came across that on my timeline. I'm just like, okay, all right, this again. Like, it's one of those things where you don't know where the line is crossed. And I felt that it ended up being crossed last night. It was funny for us. It's funny for social media. Funny for people our age. Now I'm trying to think of the other people that could be affected, including the players and coaches. I mean, at some point, you're being mocked in whatever way, and that can't feel good. And then I think about just explaining it to your kids if you're bringing them to a game, and that's not why. It's bad enough. Like, I worry about, like, I think about, like, fan behavior. I'm like, I don't want to take my kid to a game, and we've seen fights in, ballparks and football stadiums, and I always feel bad for the parents who are, like, trying to keep away their kid in a Dak Prescott jersey, or something like that, or, Clayton Kershaw jersey, and there's a fight that's breaking out and you're trying to protect them. How do you explain that? Because that's a world that you don't want them in. How do you explain this? I have no idea. I would have no idea what to say, and just hope that they didn't see what was actually thrown onto the court.
Oh, yeah, no, let's hope that it's not going to happen, Dan. The way social media is, it's at your fingertips. It's at your fingertips to see it. It's disrespectful at this point. There's no question about it. You could even argue it was disrespectful the first time, but the first time it just was funny. It was funny. That green thing flying around, it was funny. Now, not so much.
Show of hands. I know this doesn't work in the audio medium. Well, there's 5 of us. Monty and I both have our hand raised on thinking that it crossed the line last night. How many of you felt that it crossed the line last night in the WNBA? Okay. 4. Okay.
I was going to say,
I thought it was 4 out of 5.
Sam is not raising his hand.
The third time. I thought this has been gotten old after the third time.
You thought even the third?
I'm with Sam too, yeah.
Yes, because it comes down to the very fundamental idea that you're going to hurt somebody. You can't throw things from the crowd, period. So even if it's funny and it's a rubber device or whatever, an object.
Sophie Cunningham got hit by the third one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she's kind of part of it. That's what kind of made it funny. Yeah. And then she's kind of played along with it. So that's why I guess I wasn't necessarily offended by the third one.
But
totally
a 4th
agree.
and a 5th and a 6th, it's going to just happen until we're just like, okay, stop. No one's amused by this anymore.
And even if they do no bag or clear bag policy, it's like you just put this in your pocket or something. Strap it around your leg. I'm telling you. That's all you got to do, and that's what they're doing.
Yes. Yeah, just put it in your pocket.
Put it in your pocket.
All these girls were coming up to me in the concourse. I have no idea why. I was just walking to get a soda, and then like 20 girls came up to me and were like, "What's up?" Even a couple of guys. Yeah, it was like, yeah. I didn't have to pay for any of the $68 worth of food. None of it.
And you don't know why.
Oh, she's Monse Bolanos. I'm Dan Beyer. Isaac Lowenkron is embarrassed. I'm Pershinger. She's the one that said to put it in your pocket.
I did, because that's what they're doing.
I figured the neon green aspect of it would make it tough to hide anyway if you had it in a...
Where do you think they put it?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
It's not in the purse.
I hope we don't see it anymore. You don't throw it like a football. It's like end over end, right?
No,
like that's, yes.
You have to like toss it.
Yeah.
Like, you
like
gotta,
a boomerang.
I did axe throwing last night. I imagine it's very similar.
Okay. All right. Now it's jump the shark. Now it's over with. All right. It's the Doug Gottlieb
with
Show
2 arms.
here on Fox Sports Radio.